Vanessa, thank you very much for the kind words. Your Excellency, Ambassador Zating of, Embassy of Finland in Tanzania, Vanessa, the founder of She Found. I'm so happy to be here to just give my remarks of this event. I personally have experience with the Slush'D of the Helsinki. Last year, I attended the event, and like the way the ambassador said, that is one of the events of startup which is well respected in the world. I was brought up by finding that that is not only the event, but there's a big competition on innovation that basically attracts any country that has a good startup to come and compete. And I saw on my own eyes how people were able to win €1 million as a prize for innovation. It is a very great event, and I'm so thrilled and to be part of the same event in Tanzania. I'm very sure that this event is going to be a big event in the future by following the same philosophy and culture of Slush'D, the one in Helsinki. Now, for those who doesn't know me or my institution that I represent, I'm the Director General of ICT Commission, and ICT Commission is vested with two functions only. Function number one is to coordinate the implementation of ICT policy of the country. So in that respect, we are coordinators. And function number two is to promote ICT. And in the promotion of ICT, that's where I connect with startups, with professionals, with the development of ICT in all regions in Tanzania, and also the competitiveness of our country in the global digital economy. The function number two is most interesting to me, and it makes me meeting with all type of people, including Vanessa. Personally, very interested to see that our space is our place to be more inclusive. And inclusive means to see more startups, to see more innovators, both boys and girls and women that participating equally. This is something that I truly, truly, truly want to see in my life. I'm supporting Vanessa and other girls and women in ICT to make sure that they prosper, because to me, I have this belief that ICT has come here to equalize. Most of the sector before, they had very, I can put cemented inequality into it. But ICT, the way it is, can equalize everything, can create equal opportunity for everyone to be able to contribute to the good cause of the world. The reason why I say that is because in ICT, if someone wants to enter into a sector, it doesn't require a lot of things. I know there's a great opportunity in agriculture, but if you want to be a farmer, really, you need to have tractors, you need to have a lot of things which require money and things like that. So the interest is a bit expensive. ICT, you need to have access device. If you got a laptop and you have good skills, it's easier to start to do innovation and to build your life. And this is the reason why I like this sector very well. Now, as a government, we are embarked into a program that we call Digital Transformation of Tanzania. We want to transform all Tanzanians, especially youth, because our country has an advantage of having youth from the age of 15 to 34, almost 1/3 of our population. So it's like 33% of our population are youth. To me, I look at that as an opportunity. So our work is to transform youth, not only youth of Dar es Salaam, but I'm talking about youth all over Tanzania, because most of them, they will live in a world where most of the services will be provided digitally. Now, in the digital transformation guideline of our country, we have 5 pillars. And those are the pillars that we look at. 1 is a pillar of digital skills. 2 is a pillar of digital security and trust. 3 is a pillar of digital telecommunication services. Pillar number 4 is digital economy. And pillar number 5 is digital entrepreneurship and innovation. We look at those things that if they are done well, we can prepare to have youth or Tanzanian that they can participate so well in the global digital economy. Now, I'll try to explain every pillar and what we are looking at. In the pillar of digital skills, we are borrowing an index which is called DESI. It's the index of European Union, which has segmentized digital skills into 3 parts, where we have basic skills, we have intermediate skills, and advanced skills. So in basic skills, our goal is to make all Tanzanian, and when I say all, I mean all Tanzanian, to be able to have basic skills that will allow them to use platforms, to understand how they can take advantage of opportunity which is coming from digital economy that we are building. So this is a huge undertaking because we know, according to the statistics of the census of last year, we are almost 63 million, right? Of course, I know their kids are between the age of 1 to 5, so we're not looking at that, but still we have a lot of people that we need to give them basic skills. Then there's intermediate, where people have to reach a level of technical education, secondary school, that they know how to create some applications in digital economy. And then the advanced skills, we are looking at emerging technologies, the AI, the blockchain, the Internet of Things, the big data analytics and other things. So that is what we are concentrating in the digital skills. And there are multiple players who are supposed to provide or to fill the gap in skills in that area. Now, digital economy runs on platforms. And the platforms, they need to be trusted. So that's pillar number 2, that we need to build platform that people can trust. And also, trust built on security. So pillar number 2 talks about cybersecurity. It talks about building trust networks. It talks about consumer protection. That is, the user of platform, they have to be protected so that they can use. Because we know we invest a lot in infrastructure, and I think you're all testimony of what government have done, building the backbone of Tanzania. I think 3 months ago, our President, Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, launched a program where she is installing 750 towers all over the country. We are doing all that investment so that to make sure that people, they can get access. But having access is one. The main issue is usability or utilization of those infrastructure. Now, people, they cannot utilize content if they don't have a trust, or if the systems or platforms which are running on that investment are not secure. So that's why in pillar number 2, we are very keen on that. They are good indicator of Tanzania. When it comes to cybersecurity in Africa, according to ITU, we are number 2 in Africa. Number 1 is Mauritius, number 2 Tanzania. So we are doing fine in that area, but there's still room of improvement, but it's not bad. Telecommunication services, which is pillar number 3, is we want to make sure that every Tanzania is connected. And not only connected, but connected with 3G, 4G, and some other places, 5G. The government is undertaking to ensure that we connect people in the last mile connectivity, and in that regard, we are in the process of preparation of Tanzania to launch our own satellite, because we can't depend on fiber all the time. When we consider resilience of our digital economy, there must be redundancy connections of our digital economy. So we have a backbone, we have mobile network, and also very soon we will launch our own satellites, especially to provide services in the last mile. All these efforts to ensure that everyone is participating in the digital economy, being able to get basic services like services of education, services of health, and other things that are required. Pillar number 4, which is digital economy, this is the one that will give competitiveness of our country. And competitiveness in the digital economy is measured by how many startups we have, how innovative they are and how they can compete around the world. Digital economy doesn't have boundaries. The innovation that you create in Tanzania can have effect all over the world, depending on how innovative you've been and how you can create things. So in that regard, we look at the issues of data protection, how our data are used, how many data centers we have. Because innovation require one to have gadgets, that's one, but the main thing of innovation is access to data. And I'm talking about this specifically. We are living in the era now where AI is a technology that we are going to use it for a long time. And AI, we know that it depends on three things. One need to have a capability to create algorithms, right? Algorithms, I think we all understand what it is. It's a step-by-step procedure from how you identify the problem and you find the solution. So we have to build capability on how we can create our own algorithms. Two, one need to have access of computation power. Algorithms of AI, they require computation power. And we have invested on that. The institution which I used to lecture before, DIT, has acquired supercomputers since 2008. And the other supercomputer now I know in University of Mandela. There are other banks which are having. So this is an infrastructure that government is building, and we need it. In AI, one need to have capability of computing things very quickly so that you can get the trend that you want. But the key things in AI, and most of the time I'm telling people that's the most important thing, is data. The issue we have with our country, most of our data are not in Tanzania. And the reason why are not in Tanzania is not that we voluntarily decided to put them outside. It's because we are using platforms which are not, it's a global platforms, like the WhatsApp, the Facebook, and all those things. They are beneficial to us. I'm not saying that they are not beneficial. They are very beneficial to us. But anytime we exchange data, we chat and things like that, those companies, they get data. And no wonder you hear that the application which is very famous to most of us now, ChatGPT, is famous because it has a lot of our data. So anything that you ask, it gives you an answer. If you decided to create your own equivalent of ChatGPT, only what you require to do is to create an algorithm and an application. That thing can be acquired, no problem. The main problem you have is you don't have data, you see? So we want you as a startups to think about that, innovate around that thing, and we as a government, we build a data center. We have enacted the law which is called personal data protection. That requires our data to be, data is being sent back to individual person who has created the data. The way things are now, you use WhatsApp, you use Google, Facebook, and everything. You generate data, but they own your data, right? It's difficult for you, even if you want to innovate something using your data, when they are with them. So we have enacted that law to make sure that the data now goes back to the original owner, and that will have major impact in our digital economy. Because we understand that once you have access of your data, say, for example, you have access of all transactions that you make in your phone and you make online, that information is very crucial for banks, especially when they want to structure a loan for you. The way things are now, there are some of the data, even if you have generated them whenever you do transactions, but you can go to the bank and say, I need this loan, because most of our transactions, I've done them into mobile payment systems, because some of the company, they believe that's their own data. It's not your data. So that's what the government have done in that regard. Pillar number 4, I have explained, we are lucky that 33% of our population are youth. The government workforce up till now is around 600,000, right? 33% of our population is equivalent to almost 21 million. So clearly, government cannot employ all the youth. True or not true? Yeah. Even if we double workforce of government, it will be 1,200,000. Still, there will be almost 20 million youth. So the only thing that you can take advantage is entrepreneurship. And this is the reason why ICT Commission was created. And this is why I work with startup all the time to make sure that, for example, you get access to capital, like the way we have worked together with CRDB. Right now, I'm working with an institution in England where we are going to establish a venture capitalist fund for agtech in agriculture. The reason why we are doing that is to ensure that since almost 70% of Tanzanians are employed in agriculture, it makes sense to create a VC fund for agtech so that most of the people, they will be employed themselves there. So we are working hard to make sure that youth, they can have skills so that they can innovate. We create opportunity for them to gain capital in the country and outside the country, to assist some of them to attend international conferences and things like that, because we need to compete. And the way things are right now is we are total consumers of other people's platforms. We want to create our own platforms. We want to create our own WhatsApp. I'm not saying that don't use WhatsApp, but we need to have our own so that we can compete. There's nothing wrong with competition. This is how to go. And there are markets that you have right now. The Africa of 2023 is different from the Africa of 1960s, because now we have African Free Continental Trade Area. Your market now is all Africa. So the only way you can compete, because of two things. One, you have to be able to innovate. Two, you need to have entrepreneurship skills. And these are crucial for you to be able to tap this market. The population of Africa is 1.3 billion, so it's a big number. So you have the numbers. So the only thing that we have to do is to innovate. We have a strategic advantage because the language of African Union, we all know, is Kiswahili right now, right? And if you look at Kiswahili, there are very few innovations from Tanzania. There's one time I was analyzing how many innovations which is done around English language. There are a lot, translators, there are a lot of things. Now, if you look in Kiswahili, very, very few innovations have been done, and I believe Kiswahili is ours. I think I'm not wrong about that. And we need to innovate. We need to create our own language translation applications in Kiswahili. People need to learn Kiswahili online using our own startups in Tanzania, because these are the things that we know much better than most of the people. So these are the things that I want. And also in tourism, there are a lot of opportunities. There are unique things that we have in Tanzania here, but there is a little innovation which has been done around it. For example, if a tourist wants to come to Tanzania, the main experience a tourist will come is to travel and come to Tanzania. Why don't we create metaverse, for instance? Why don't we put your camera somewhere and give access to people to, because 7 billion people of the world, they cannot, not all of them come to Tanzania. So there are some who can want to watch from online and things like that. So there are things you can innovate in a very cheap way, and you'll be able to get your access. Another thing is in the mining. In the mining area is an area which I know it very well. Most of the startups in mining, they are not Tanzanian startups. So we need to build competency of youth so that they'll be able to innovate around mining. There are a lot of services which need to be provided over there. And our country has been endowed with a lot of minerals. And these are the things that youth, you need to work with it. And as a commissioner, I'm all the time open of ideas, discussion. If you want to consult with me or tell me what a challenge is, I'm available all the time to provide the knowledge that I have. Lastly, you'll forgive me, Vanessa, but I think I need to also announce today, we are having the biggest event of ICT in October. It's starting from 16th of October to 20th of October. Normally we do this event for 3 days, but this time is 5 days. The reason that is 5 days is because the first day is dedicated to women in ICT. So I welcome, usually this conference is fee-based conference, but the first day and second day, I welcome everyone to come. It's open for everybody. We want to celebrate the success of women in ICT and also to discuss the obstacles. So we have the full day. We'll discuss many things. There'll be many keynote speeches and things like that. And I want that event to be, all the presenters to be women, because I know there are a lot of good people around in Tanzania. The second day is for youth. So it's the same thing. We celebrate the success, we discuss the challenges and how we can overcome the challenges. And the third day is a day of the event itself. It will be covered by presentation, exhibition, and things like that. So I welcome all of you to come. Anyone who has an idea, they can contact me. If you have something that you want to provide as a presentation, we'll give access to that. Of course, Vanessa will be there. And, and Your Excellency, Ambassador, I'll provide the invitation for you. If you have time, I'll appreciate if you come over there. It will be a very good thing. I have a personal affinity with Finland because I did my PhD in Finland. So I'm the product of Finnish education system, which is one of the best in the world. With these few words, I thank you very much for inviting me here and to get this opportunity for government to speak with you. And I wish you all the best in this very beautiful event. Thank you very much.